Hi everyone, Caroline here. Today I want to touch on this subject of stealing, aka energy theft. But before I do that, has someone ever stolen your crystal? Or has someone ever stolen something from you? Let me know in the comments, because this stealing thing is an attack on your energy, and when it happens to you, you got to pay attention because your energy is being forcefully taken from you. Your energy is being robbed, your energy is being burglarized, or whatever you want to call it. It's being taken by someone or by something, and you got to pay attention because nobody wants to be robbed, nobody wants to be stolen from, nobody wants their crystal stolen. I don't want my crystal stolen. Do you? I'm sure you don't. Nobody wants stuff stolen from them. No one wants their stuff stolen, period, right? So when someone steals your crystals or when someone steals your stuff, you feel terrible because it's so disempowering, and you're always like, oh my God, what happened? Who did it? Why did they do it? You know what I mean? It's like a betrayal on some deep level, and a feeling of insecurity and all these things going through your mind. There are usually so many questions, but as a crystal lover or a person who works with energy, who is interested in going deeper and into understanding the higher meaning of things and why things that happen in the external world have an implication on your life directly, you probably know that these things are not accident. A stolen crystal is not an accident. When someone steals energy from you, it's not an accident. When someone steals your stuff, it's not an accident. It's an indication to you to pay attention to your energy or to something in your direct life experience. Okay, this stealing thing is so crazy because, like I said, when someone steals something from you, they're taking away your energy. And sometimes it happens so openly. You know, someone just steals or grabs something from you. Maybe you see the person, but the person has taken off or whatnot. And sometimes it doesn't happen openly. It happens undercover. It's like drip. Someone's taking your energy, someone's taking your finances, someone is taking your time, someone is taking your life's work, your blood and whatnot. And usually when these things happen, you just feel weaker and weaker, and sometimes you just even don't know what to do. You know what I mean? You don't even have the energy to pursue this thing or to go further and deeper into trying to understand what happened, or even to reclaim back that thing that was stolen, because you know what I mean, it just disempowers and takes away from you. And especially when the thing being stolen from you is something valuable. And for most of us crystal lovers, our crystals are precious and valuable to us. They represent a certain type of valuable energy to us. So when someone steals our crystals, it's an indication to us that our energy is being stolen from a particular angle. So if you're working with the rose quartz for love, maybe the loss is coming out of that love area. If you're working with a hematite, for example, for grounding, and someone steals the hematite, maybe that grounding aspect, there's an energy loss that is going on there, or there's a kind of theft of energy in terms of what makes you feel stable and grounded. Look around in your environment. Has something been pulled out from underneath you that's making you feel unstable? If you're working with crystals, this is the way to look at it. If you're working with amethyst and someone steals your amethyst crystal, and amethyst is a spiritually uplifting crystal, where is the spiritual loss going on? Where is the theft going on? And for most people, like most healers and teachers and whatnot, there's always like a loss of spiritual energy coming from people out there who kind of steal or take from you, and then they don't want to do an energy exchange. And usually that kind of thing is also a type of energy theft. You know what I mean? So that's why we all have to understand how energy transfers work, so we are not doing these types of things unconsciously. And let me be clear, energy transfers are fine. There's always a give and take, and a lot of people understand this concept. So in cases where there's an energy transfer, where someone just decides, okay, you know, you can take, you know, people do that sometimes, just take, it's their own decision. Situations like those cannot be considered energy thefts or whatnot, because the person has agreed to allow their things or their stuff to be freely given out there. You know what I mean? But in cases where someone forcefully takes your stuff without you wanting to give that person that stuff or to give that thing out for free or whatnot, then there's an energy theft there. You know what I mean? So we all have to look into these things. Let me tell you something. There was a time that this energy theft thing happened to me, and I was just so shocked. I set up my crystal store with the intention of selling crystals and downloadable ebooks. But what I didn't realize is that at the time I was setting up this downloadable ebook thing, I forgot to include something that forced someone to make a payment before they downloaded the ebooks. So when it was all done, I went on living my life just thinking, oh my gosh, everything is all set up so nice. But I used to wonder, why is it that people are not buying this ebook? Until one day, one wonderful crystal lover brought this aspect to my attention when she told me that she was trying to make a purchase, but she ended up receiving the ebook without making the payment. So she wanted to find out what other means she could use to make the payment to me, because she didn't want to take it for free, and she kind of understood that there was something wrong with the system and actually asked me to look into it to see if that was my intention, to give the ebooks away for free. And when I went to the back end to look at the information, I realized that this book had been downloaded like over 180 times and no one had even made a payment or notified me. And I was so shocked because I was like, oh my gosh, but it was my problem. You know what I mean? It was my own lack of diligence that led to this thing. But on the other hand, I felt so disappointed and even in a way sort of betrayed, but it was a huge lesson for me. You know, in many ways, it's never about the other person. It's usually about us. What are these things showing us? What are they revealing to us about us and what we need to do? That's what it's all about. And so that ebook thing was one of my bad experiences with this energy theft thing. Okay, so the other thing is this. When someone steals something from you, or someone steals your energy, or someone steals your crystals, it may be indicating to you a violation of your personal boundaries or your personal space. So when someone steals from you or when someone steals your crystals, just take a quick look around to see, are your personal boundaries compromised? Are your financial boundaries compromised? Are your relationship boundaries compromised? Is your emotional health compromised? Is your physical health compromised? All these things indicate something. The boundaries are being crossed, they're being compromised, and something is taking away energy, so pay attention. And the other thing is that because there's this violation of your personal power, when someone takes something from you or steals something from you, it affects your solar plexus chakra. It affects your third chakra. That's the chakra of personal power, the chakra of willpower, the chakra of empowerment. So when stuff like this happens, work with your solar plexus chakra and take steps to empower yourself, because this stealing energy and this thieving energy is such a predator type of energy. Thieves are like predators. They hunt their prey and then they take things forcefully with no guilt. It's so shameless, you know what I mean? It's so shameless. I'm just like, oh my gosh, yeah, but it happens all the time. Anywho, when you really think about it, this stealing thing is actually a whole chakra system issue, because there's fear and insecurity, which is root chakra. There's a sense of loss and grief and worry and loss of trust and purity, and there's threats involved and you feel devastated. So this thing cuts across all chakras. So really pay attention to yourself when stealing has occurred in your life. These are big signs, and if you're working to really secure yourself and to strengthen yourself, pay attention. Walk with your eyes open, your inner eyes open, your outer eyes open, your security boundaries intact. Increase the light, you know what I mean? Things like that really help to secure you against things like stealing. Okay, the other thing that an energy theft can be revealing to you is that someone or something is exercising dominance over you, or attempting to exercise some type of dominance over you, because that act of stealing usually just comes and takes forcefully from you. So there's that dominant energy that takes from you under the assumption that you are somehow the weaker person. It may or may not be true, but that is always very revealing of what's happening. So what you can do when something like that happens is just to look around and see who is exercising dominance over you. Is something trying to dominate you, dominate your life, really overpowering you? It could even be like, you know how sometimes you just watch news 24/7. That could be dominating your life. What's dominating your life? What activity are you involved in that is dominating your life and taking away your energy and stealing your energy? So pay attention to these types of things. Is it a person, a relationship that is dominating your life so much that you're neglecting the most important things that you need to be doing, or that is taking you away from activities that really should be putting you on the right track? Just look around your life. Your life will speak for itself. You know what I mean? And usually when there's dominance, there's usually this idea of self-centeredness, because a person who takes from on someone just like that is someone who is self-centered. They're selfish. They just want to take that thing because they feel that they are the ones who deserve it and not you. So look around your life and see, is there any kind of self-centeredness being revealed? It could even be you. You could be the self-centered person. Like, you know what I mean? You're working with crystals, so crystals really speak to you about you. So even though the words seem wrong, it's a good idea to kind of look at yourself and see, oh my gosh, how self-centered am I being? And maybe you're the one who's like dominating other people or being self-centered. I know it happens. Even I am sometimes like that. You know what I mean? Nobody is perfect. You know what I mean? These things apply across the board to everybody. And so we just have to observe and notice when these things are happening and not try to exclude ourselves because we are quote quote spiritual, whatnot. You know what I mean? Oh my gosh, we just gotta get real with this kind of stuff. So look into your own life when someone has taken something from you and see, how is this thing relevant to me? How am I being dominant, or how am I being self-centered, or how am I taking from people because I think, oh my gosh, I'm in lack? You know what I mean? Stealing is a lack energy. Someone lacks something in their life, so they decide to take away from someone just like that without really considering the feelings or the desires of that other person. So we have to look at this energy from a wholesome perspective. Anyway, Auntie Crystal's just wonderful. There's just so much we can learn from the things that are happening in our lives and from the higher things that are being revealed to us. So we can never really say that we don't have any kind of guidance. So when someone steals something from you, protect yourself, create boundaries, be vigilant, be responsible for your life, take responsibility for your life. Don't really look at the person who has taken that thing. Sometimes it's crazy, but that person has really helped you in a big, big, big way by stealing that thing, because then it will force you to do some inner work and introspection, and because of that inner work and introspection, you're going to grow, evolve, and transform, and you can receive the type of healing and the type of joy and the type of experiences that you want in your life. So crystal lovers, has someone ever stolen anything from you? Has someone ever stolen your valuable, precious crystals? Let me know in the comment section. Let me know if you learned anything, or if you didn't learn anything, or even if you agree or disagree with me on any of the issues that I've talked about in this conversation. And until next time, I love you. Keep your energy tight, okay? And I'll see you next time. Bye.